Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Chimmel, the GOAT of ring announcers. And you're listening to the Marks Podcast on YouTube.
See, he never learns, does he, Jacob?
The Patriots suck. I just want to start with that.
I just got to get it out of the way. February 8th, Patriots will be going to the 12th Super Bowl.
February 8th, no one gives a shit. We'll also be doing a show February 7th instead of February 8th so we can avoid any of the Super Bowl traffic.
And we will be doing a show next Saturday night, right after the Rumble.
You will be. We will not be doing a show with Gerard after all the bullshit he puts us through.
We were literally just talking about Hulk Hogan's penis right before we streamed.
No, we're not going to go into that. We're not going to go into that conversation and what was said in that conversation. That's for Marks After Dark. We'll have that on our new show coming out when we move to memberships. You can watch that show.
It's going down.
When we put everything behind a paywall.
That'll be that conversation will be behind a fucking paywall. Anyway, it's Sunday. You know what time it is. It's time for an episode of the Marks Podcast. Myself, Dan, Gerard, I can't get over fucking everything that Hulk Hogan did was right. McGovern. I'm sorry. And then Jacoby McGovern. Jacob did catch a strand.
You merged our names together.
I did. I just here. We should stop being a simp for all things Vince and all things Hulk.
Well, listen. I mean, I think that we need to get through one show without Hulk Hogan or Vince reference, but I don't think we can do that because
So I'm glad you bring it up because last night we have almost 13,000 fans. It's Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
The night after WrestleMania, when Hogan faced The Rock in the same building, over 17,000 people gave that man a 10-minute ovation. And it was louder than anything we saw last night.
Are you done? The 80s are over. I want you to know that, right?
But
the
80s. It was the 2000s.
But
I mean, he does have a point. The crowd was fucking dead last night. I don't know what happened.
Because wrestling's in a fucking state right now. Let's just call it what it is.
A state
of decline. It happens.
Or let me ask you this. We just watched a hell of a football game. My question to you is this. Is wrestling in a decline or are other sports starting to come back around to grabbing the audiences?
Well, to be fair, hold on. To be fair, I didn't watch wrestling last night.
Well, there was also UFC last night too, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we saw Patty the baddie get pummeled. That was sad. Patty the baddie got pummeled. But like that was pretty sad. But I don't think wrestling's really in a drought right now because everything is just so beautiful. You have Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu.
I thought that was a great way to do that last night.
Sure.
And yeah, it's great because Jacob Fatu, for everyone talking about Jey Uso, we gotta, finally the people are realizing where Jacob Fatu has been all this time, because that Jey Uso experiment, just horrible.
I'm gonna say this about Jey Uso. Jacob Fatu.
Swallow your food first.
If he if he can be betrayed as a baby face where the fans can get behind him.
Yeah, what is a baby face?
I think Jacob Fatu can go a far way. And what we saw last night, I think the fans were more behind Jacob than they were behind Cody.
Yeah, 100%.
You just realized that?
Well, and it's just
it's Cody exhaustion, 100%.
Well, the fact is, we're literally in WrestleMania season and nothing feels exciting. There's no
Well, it would help if they actually promoted their card.
Guys, but it started Friday night. That interview they did Friday night, I thought that interview was done great too because
that was great. Yeah, great segment. But again, like it kind of like Cody out of nowhere, like that's why you were locked up and you were in prison, you bum. Basically, just out of nowhere, it's like, well, what did he do to deserve that?
But the way they went about doing it, the way they went about doing it was very old school.
Oh, this is all you care about. It's old school.
No. I'm saying to you is, it wasn't rushed. It was a great. It's like, it's almost comparable to me like the match that we saw last night between two veterans.
Okay, before you get to that, I want
to.
No,
I wasn't going to mention their names. The match we saw last night between two veterans, to where they took you on the story, Cody and Jacob.
Okay, so the story has been shit because what mention have you really got about the Royal Rumble, and it's literally a week away? Oh, now literally,
is going overseas hurting the Royal Rumble?
100%, but that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is they haven't said shit about the Royal Rumble. No one look. It wasn't until last week people started making their fucking intentions that they're going to be in it. There was a time when you had to literally have matches to qualify to get in there, and now what has happened? Yeah. Nothing. It's been a shit build.
So when they did the thing last night,
like here's what I've said for years. Like, they should make the Royal Rumble like what Dan just said. Just there was matches to qualify to even get into the Rumble match. And I've said for years because, once they brought back the King of the Ring, I always thought the prize should be the number 30 spot in the Rumble match or something like that.
And they used to do that.
They did it too quick. They did it too quick. They did it too quick for the men last night, but I counted 23 for the women. They did the faces too quick for the men, so I couldn't count, but I counted 23 for the women, okay? We're going to Saudi Arabia in a week. We're going to be in Saudi Arabia. No, we're not as technically, okay?
Arabia? We're going to Saudi Arabia?
Saudi Arabia. And all I'm saying is, are you hyped to see the Royal Rumble?
You're two shits right now.
No,
is it because it's going overseas?
No, it's just because it's fucking. There's nothing to. Who cares?
There's no hype. There's no hype.
Are you looking forward to seeing maybe somebody like the Powerhouse Hobbs or the Chris Jericho in the Royal Rumble?
I didn't know that they were now plural. Like, the Powerhouse Hobbs is coming out, and the Chris Jericho.
Powerhouse Hobbs. It sounds like a great faction, but
actually, his name is.
I mean, forget he's not going to be Powerhouse Hobbs. He's going to be Royce Keys, the one and only. Royce Keys. And now let's just shitty name aside.
Was Royce Keys?
Yeah, where's my Rolls Royce keys, lady? Literally, ignore the shitty name factor. Now, apparently, the hubbubaloo, as they say, going around is that this is based off of Hobbs's child's name. Apparently, he has a son named Royce, so that's what the Royce name comes from. I think it's stupid all around, but
the same breath.
The Saudi crowd. Sorry, Dad. The Saudi crowd is not going to pop when they see the screen, when they hear basic music, and then they're going to see the screen and it's Royce Keys. They're not going to. It makes no goddamn sense.
So they introduce him as Powerhouse Hobbs, but then they let him change his name on Monday night.
No, what the fuck? Why would they do that?
Other guys have done it before.
Who did they do it with? Who did they do it with before?
Paul Wright.
Paul Wright? Who's Paul Wright?
Paul White.
Okay, but that's
AEW did that.
Even when he came in, he was the Big Show.
He was the Big Show when he came in. He was Paul White when he came in, and then he became the Big Show.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
Yeah, but he comes in with but he didn't have the equity already.
Hold on. Wait. So wait. He was Paul White, which is his real name, and he became the Big Show. So what? Is he supposed to come in as Royce Keys and then call himself Barbell Jones? I mean, what the fuck?
I'm saying is, does he come in as Powerhouse Hobbs and they change him to Royce Keys?
I mean, it would if they really cared enough, maybe, but it's also why bring him in under the name that got him over and then change his name? You know what I mean? Now, granted, people are going to say they did the same thing with Mariah May and Blake Monroe, and she changed her name completely. So
yeah, but Blake Monroe sounds like I like. Look, if Royce Keys is the name he wants to go under, cool, whatever. I don't give a shit, man. Just do you and get over. I don't like Ricky Saints. I think that's fucking stupid. But that's for him. That's for his love of the Saints.
And I honestly, as like weird as it sounds, I feel like him changing his name like that kind of killed his momentum.
100%.
Yeah, like I'm just saying, like it was a slight change, but it really just like
Ricky
okay.
Starks. But it comes back to WWE wanting to own everything.
Well, when he fucking debuted, the whole crowd was chanting Ricky Starks, Ricky Starks. Like
Well,
there was.
Did Tony own the name?
No, Ricky Starks is owned by Ricky Starks.
Well, and that's literally his name. Isn't his last name Stark?
No, the thing,
Listen,
the WWE. Look, Gerard, and I'm going to tell you because we're going to argue about it as we always do. WWE at times is full of shit. They can't, for once, just have someone like, unless they're so popular, they can't really do it. Like one AJ Styles, you can't bring AJ Styles in as fucking Alan. Oh no, he's not AJ Styles. Now he's Alan Jacob. No, they have to own everything. They
bring Sting in as Sting
because his name was so big they couldn't change his name.
His name wasn't so big. The character. Because put it this way, you could put anybody as Sting. But the character, the guy who actually portrayed it, is the guy.
Well, and here's where
you can try to loophole all you want. WWE.
Here's where it differs, though, because again, there's someone like Ethan Page, who like Ethan Page got to keep his whole persona, his whole like presentation, but he's been Ethan Page since he debuted.
Yes.
And basically, like he's the all ego thing. I don't know why he's the only exception, but
no.
But
Jacob. To be fair, it doesn't always work out that way because somebody came in who is a multi-time world champion now and had to change his name when he went to the main roster because he was Walter in NXT. He was Walter through the European fucking independence. He was Walter as the UK champion, but as soon as Vince got a hold of him, and I'm not saying this is Vince's doing, it's a fucking WWE practice. Now he's Gunther, the Nazi U-boat captain.
Well, and it's funny. They literally were going to name him after a Nazi captain. But
Walter
what's funny about what Dan just said, like Unreal season 2 just came out, and they're like, this proves that Walter is the better name because Triple H is calling Gunther Walter behind the scenes, and it's like that's literally his real fucking name. It's like this. And by the way, I don't like Unreal. I think Unreal is stupid.
Someone here.
I think that thing is more scripted.
Someone here. Or I guess that way, even though she's that way. Wanted to go on a tangent about fucking Unreal.
Yeah.
It is fucking dumb, but I enjoy it because look, I enjoy it for what it is as a program, but that show is faker than Days of Our Lives.
Well, Gerard just said it's more scripted than Total Divas ever was.
Yeah, the fucking like that would know. If you want to hear my theory, do y'all want to hear my theory about why Road Dogg quit?
Because he sucks.
Exactly.
And it was televised for all to see.
He sucks. He sucks, and this was a way for him to get out of jail free. So he got to leave without them firing him for looking like a dumbass.
Be publicly humiliated and then resign.
Okay, it's either that or admit that you're the reason why the show fucking sucked for the last year and a half.
Trips, I don't think your mic is on like through the stream. Like I can't hear you through the stream.
It's not. I told you.
I'm looking at it. Everything's on.
Did you check your output? Did you put the thing on the thing?
You guys need to like make like little short videos of like Trips just ranting about stuff because like it's so like because Trips is the perfect person for that.
But then she's gonna. What do you say? She's gonna overtake your skit?
She'll probably no. Hold on, time out.
Listen, I'll never claim to be better than Trips. I'll put that out there. Like Trips,
she's going to overtake Gerard shit.
Yeah.
What?
Trips just replaces Gerard. Next week, there's just no mention of Gerard. It's just like, oh, yep, no.
No. You want to see the Patriots banner?
Before this is over, he's going to take the Patriots banner down at the end of the show. He's going to be like, is it becoming too much? Yeah, it's becoming too much.
Never.
But no, Unreal, I like it for what it is. It's a backstage. It brings more eyes to the product. Great, but I know it's fake. You know it's fake. If anybody has watched wrestling long enough to know, it's fucking fake.
Yeah.
You want to make it unreal, make it feel real. Do it
live.
I
don't want it to be live though. I don't care.
Well, it's like we don't need to fucking like. I've always been of the belief like we don't need to know how the sausage gets made, sort of thing. But also, like again,
You don't
we're
want to
talking
know
about
how the sausage.
Well, hey man, have you ever seen that how it's made on sausages? It's fucking gross, but I'll still eat them. But like with Unreal, like there's literally a better wrestling documentary show on Netflix. It's called The Wrestlers, and it's about OVW. Like that show should have got a fucking second season. I don't know why it didn't, but like there's a way to do a good wrestling documentary, like behind the scenes series. And I'm not saying Unreal like is the worst example of that, but it's fucking really. It's unfortunate. Like the first 2 minutes of this Unreal season 2 is Seth Rollins. My name is Cody Lopez, and I used to go by Dodge the Destroyer, and then fucking Becky Lynch shows up. All Seth Rollins, the greatest guy on the planet, greatest guy ever, father in my house, and it's like, okay, this is the show. So I don't know, man. Unreal sucks. It's just. Like we don't need to see this stuff. Like another thing that bothers me is that we don't need to see storylines be developed on Unreal and then like bleed into the main show because they got into the Seth Rollins injury and they got into the R-Truth firing. Like, did you guys see that when they talked about R-Truth?
I didn't watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to watch it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, just it's very. I don't know. It's weird, but. I don't know. Sorry, I went off on a tangent. My bad.
It's good. Like, but I get where you're coming from because it's doing its job, right? It's making new people watch it because oh my god, this is what really goes on in wrestling. No, motherfucker, it's not what really goes on in wrestling. You dumb fuck. Even to a point where it's causing controversy beyond the Road Dogg stuff. Apparently, Io Shirai cannot hug her boss in a provocative way. Would you like to go to there? How does your mic work? Don't.
You know what I gotta say about that?
What?
Most of us work in a male-dominant world,
and no one gives Gerard shit when he hugs his boss like that. Legs wrapped around him in the air.
I don't touch my co-workers, okay? But I will say this: professional wrestling is a family. I've been to more than many shows to where boys will come back from the curtain and hug the promoter.
Hold on. I'm going to put this image up. I'm going to have her put it up, and we're going to look at it, and we're going to look at it and see how Gerard hugs his boss.
If you want to say my boss, you're correct. I hug my boss like that every day.
See that? Look at that image.
I hug my boss like that every day.
Well, and it's just.
Wait a minute. There's another
first
image.
of all, I think it's.
Hold on. There's another image.
Sorry.
Courtesy of Jacob's BFF.
Courtesy of Jacob's BFF. Vince Russo.
Bro.
That's the same image.
No.
It's the same image. It was.
Let me just tell you something, bro. I've never been hugged like that in my life, bro.
And that's why you have a problem with it, bro.
That's the same image.
Yeah, same image.
No, it's not.
So anyway, Vince Russo did a weird fucking, I guess AI thing of showing the title screen of Unreal with Vince hugging or with Triple H hugging all the girls and shit.
I got no problem with it. And let me tell you why I got no problem with it.
Hold on. Jacob, watch. $5 says he's going to bring up Vince. Go ahead, Jake. Go ahead, Gerard.
No, I got no problem with it for the simple fact of professional wrestling, no matter if I'm at an independent show or when I work there, when the guys come through the crowd, I've seen grown men hug the promoter.
That's not what they're saying, Gerard.
No, hold on. It's called thank you for letting me do that. Thank you.
Okay,
now,
that's not what they're saying. They're saying that Io Shirai walked up, jumped in the air, wrapped her legs around her boss, and is all up in his shit. That's the implication they're trying to put up there.
And his response to that is, I'm sorry, people. She happens to be the nicest person I've ever met. She does anything we need her to do for the business.
Okay, but again, I'm not agreeing with it. Jacob's not. I'm not agreeing with it. Other people are saying this, not me.
I mean,
other people.
We got to look at it like I just think for anyone that like makes it like a weird thing, like oh yeah, Triple H, being weird with Io, like Triple H is like a father figure to a lot of these people, and Io Sky has been under like WWE, has been on the roster for what, like almost 10 years at this point. So I don't, the fact that like number one, the fact that like people made such a fucking stink about this is weird to me in general, but like, I don't know. They have a different, we don't know the personal relationship that Io Sky and Triple H have.
Nor do I give a fuck. You know what I really think it is? I think it's fucking Vince McMahon fucking Stockholm syndrome and shit. I think they're going back and they're like, oh my God, if this would have happened with Vince, who gives a fuck? It's a different culture now. They're legitimately happier that old fuck is gone. All right, they're legitimately happy that
no one's running up to no female wrestlers running up to Vince that way.
Oh no, but they think because Triple H is his son-in-law. Triple H is his son-in-law. Paul Levesque is his son-in-law. Oh, he must be just like him, and he forces these girls to get up on. He has these affairs with these women, and his wife is 30 feet away. I'm sorry, Paul Levesque is not Vince McMahon. Paul, I truly believe that he is not over there having affairs on his wife like one spot, fucking stripe, piece of shit. Fucking Uncle Paulie.
I'm gonna put like that's why I say to you like this, okay? If people have a problem with true raw emotion, I don't care who it's from. Go take your head, stick it in the sand, and that's how you should live your life. What I've seen in this picture is a girl who has true raw emotion. She's loving the fact that she's living her life. Anybody who has a problem with that, screw you. And Triple H, and you know what? And for all the stuff, good, bad, or indifference in how he might book the show sometimes, when the performers appreciate, hey, you're giving me the opportunity, screw you if you have a problem with this. We live in a woke culture today. Good, bad, or indifference, people are going to find something wrong with everything that's out there today.
Like I can't stand. I think I'm pretty tolerant of most things. I mean, I can't stand people who use ER at the end of every fucking word. But other than that, I deal with most things.
Or EHA.
I just can't people who say stuff like Scener and Saudi Arabia. But no, and a lot of this is coming from Jacob's boy, fucking Vince Russo. He's a fucking twat.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
he's a fountain. Hey, let's go back to the fountain of misinformation.
Well, I mean, if anyone takes anything that Vince Russo says, like in any type of way as like fact or gospel, like like I saw a certain, YouTuber who interviewed Vince Russo, and it was just the whole time just glazing him, just, you created the Attitude Era, like this. And it's just Vince Russo gets off on that shit.
He did what?
Yeah, apparently Vince Russo created the Attitude Era. And, it's just like, who cares what this guy says? This guy has Disco Inferno as his fucking co-host, right? I think
Let me put you like this when it comes to Vince Russo creating the Attitude Era. I will say this. Vince Russo is the luckiest freaking booker that ever came down the pike. Because you know what? He could have booked somebody shoveling shit during the Attitude Era, and people would have watched somebody shoveling shit. That's how hot the wrestling crowd was.
Okay, that's kind of funny. I'm not going to lie.
Okay? And unfortunately, for Vince Russo, if this ever gets back to him, I would say let this, bro, debate me, bro.
Because all you're going to do is glaze fucking Vince McMahon the whole time.
I wouldn't do that. Let me tell you why, bro.
I would just ask him why he hasn't paid Scott Casey Gale any money. That's what I would ask him.
He got lucky to be the luckiest booker at the luckiest time, at the hottest time in the business when he worked with WWE. He went to WCW and drove it into the fucking ground and out of business.
Oh yeah, no, he's literally the fucking quarterback at the end of the bar, like through high school. Like he peaked in high school and he keeps talking about it. That's all Vince Russo ever did. And despite the fact that he owes my friend money, is besides that, like he's
it's like the professional athlete who gets paid the $20 million 1 year and he goes out and for $20 million for 1 year, he has a great year. So the stupid team that signs him for the 1 year for $20 million, re-signs him for 5 years for $100 million.
Okay.
And he shits on
Time to fuck out. I'm not.
I don't get sports references.
Time to fuck out. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking bury Vince Russo because I'm not that guy. I will.
I will. I'll do it.
I will.
I will absolutely say that in WCW, the idea of him trying to give Booker T and Jeff Jarrett opportunity, the idea of him trying to give younger talent an opportunity and get it away from the fucking old fogies who had been taking over wrestling for years, I agreed with that. To say that he had some input and all that in WWE, absolutely. I think he was throwing spaghetti at the wall, but in WCW, he didn't have a... Fuck me for fucking saying something positive about Vince, but he didn't have a Vince McMahon to filter out those ideas and decide what was good and what was bad. That's what the downfall.
That's where you're wrong. He didn't have a Pat Patterson to filter out those ideas. Because I think Pat at that time was.
You think or you know?
I think Pat was the filter.
Okay. Either way, he didn't have a filter.
Right.
It doesn't matter who. He didn't have a fucking filter. So he went off thinking that he was God's gift to fucking wrestling, and he wasn't. He proved that because of his fucking Viagra on a pole match, Judy Bagwell on a scaffold match, all this shit was trash. He continued that when on the first episode of TNA Wrestling, Tits and Ass, which he admitted it was supposed to be Tits and Ass Wrestling, he had fucking a guy named Cheeks, who was a 600-pound black dude who had a giant ass.
We're going to have the superstars start on the ramp and fight, bro. Instead of going over the top rope, they're going to go in the ring, bro. But then, get this, we're going to have an over-the-top rope battle royal once they get in the ring, once they fought to get in the ring, and then, boom, it's beautiful. We're talking 1980s ratings.
Again, this goes back to having some good ideas and some bad. That reverse battle royal was trash, but you know what was good? Ultimate X. That was an excellent idea.
King of the Mountain.
King of the Mountain. And I was going to say that King of the Mountain. Excellent fucking match.
I would shit on King of the Mountain. I like the King of the Mountain match. Call me crazy.
I love the King of the Mountain match.
At the time, I never understood it. My Viagra on the pole at my age now.
That's Gerard Millett, everybody. Gerard Millett. That's Gerard Millett, everybody.
Fuck, you get Vince McMahon back in the ring, alongside.
I was gonna say at my age now I understand it. Back then I didn't understand it. No offense.
Next week we're getting sponsored by Blue Chew. We're gonna get the
Blue Chew ads, man.
Well, hey, woo! But
I mean, hey, honestly, we'll be more graceful than Kevin Nash ever was with his Blue Chew ads, and I'm just going to leave it at that, because
what?
Oh, because Kevin Nash, I'll put it like this: Kevin Nash had a son who he does a podcast called Click This. His son died. He was a producer on the podcast, and he did a tribute show to his dead son. And in the middle of his dead son tribute show, he was doing Blue Chew ads. So. Just saying. We'll be more graceful than Kevin Nash was about his dead son.
Jesus.
Just throwing out. You asked a question, I had to answer. I'm just saying.
Hey, doesn't he live in your neighborhood?
What, Kevin Nash?
Yeah.
Oh, probably, yeah.
I thought he lived in Phoenix.
Oh, yeah. No, I would say hi to him if I saw him on the street.
Oh, okay.
Get Blue Chew. But anyways, let's go.
I mean, to get back to the issues at hand, the SmackDown, the Saturday Night's Main Event. The SmackDown, okay, I will say this. The Chelsea Green versus Jade Cargill match.
Bless Chelsea Green's heart.
I will say this. It was probably one of the better matches I've seen Jade Cargill in.
Yeah, because Chelsea Green was the whole reason for that.
Yep.
But then she's admitted.
Oh yeah. Look at Unreal because she's a jobber.
Jade has admitted to working with Paul Heyman, CM Punk, and a couple others to try and get better. I'll give her the credit of working with other people to try and get better.
I mean, you can try all you want, but like,
I'm sorry, I'm still wrestling fans. Hi, us three are a fickle fucking bunch, right? And once you've lost some of them, it's either you're not going to get them back or it's going to be really hard to get them back. Mercedes Moné probably won't get me back as a fan. Just won't happen if she ever had me as a fan. Jade Cargill had the opportunity because she had that look, she had this, and then she had little brief moments like at Elimination Chamber a year ago where she kind of got me back with the whole fucking Naomi thing. I'm over the Jade Cargill experiment.
I'm glad you just bring that up because let me ask you this, and you can both answer this. What the frick is going on with Raquel Rodriguez? Is there anything she can do that's going to bring interest? Because
I'm interested.
I'm interested.
But when the crowd sees her,
Raquel.
the crowd is dead for her.
Are you?
That's
are
very
you the?
true. That's
Am I
very
in
true.
your
The live crowd. But Raquel's heel work the past past 3 months, she's been great. I mean,
I'm just saying, but the crowd.
I've seen the new big sexy.
But the crowd ain't doing. They're not reacting for her at all. Why are they reacting for her the way they should be reacting for her?
I think
because
a
people
lot
aren't
of it,
fucking sheep, man. They're gonna do what they want to do. And if they don't look,
a lot of it is her presentation because again, like she's tied to the Judgment Day. She doesn't have like her own real like. She doesn't.
Should she be on her own?
We're going into cut back to Kit Wilson, man. Like a theme song, like builds a lot for a character's
Should
presentation.
she be on her own?
Good entrance. She needs like a good.
Should she be on her own though? Should she be a badass on her own?
Like I think the connection with the Judgment Day is good. You know, hold on.
We'll go back to the 1990s.
Thought you were having a stroke there for a second.
No.
I was concerned.
We'll go back to the 1990s. There was a guy who was part of a tag team called the Rockers. He threw his teammate through a fucking windshield, and he needed
Through
a
a
heater.
windshield, you mean through a window on the barber shop?
He needed a heater. And that heater's name in WCW was Oz. It was Vinny Vegas. There's a bunch of other shit that didn't work. And then he came over to WWE and he became Shawn Michaels' heater. And that heater was Diesel. Diesel did not get over until he split away from Shawn.
Correct.
As of right now, Raquel Rodriguez has been the heater for Liv Morgan and to some regard, Roxanne.
Does she need to break away though?
I think that she's either going to have to fucking powerbomb the shit out of Liv because Liv cost her the title, or she's going to have to fucking team up with Roxanne Perez to get rid of Liv, turning Liv into a fucking super baby face and Roxanne to a super heel. The work she's doing with Stephanie Vicari is not bad. I don't think it's bad at all. I just don't think it's the path to get. If you're trying to get fucking Big Mommy Cool over, if you're trying to get Raquel Rodriguez over, that's not the way to do it.
Would it be because of the wrestling style of both?
No, because Raquel can fucking wrestle. She's had moments where she's sucked, but she's had moments.
Because when I look at her in the ring and stuff like that, unfortunately, to bring that out of her, to get her in the ring with somebody that can bring it out of her to where it gets the fans on board. Because no matter what we can talk about, it all goes back to getting the fans on board. And for
you made me think of something. It could be the look, because you have a Jade Cargill, right, who's a physical specimen, right?
You have a Bianca Belair. You have a Rhea Ripley.
And you look at Raquel, and I like her. I love her attitude. I love her style. I love the whole Chola gimmick thing. She doesn't look as solid, if that's the word, I guess.
Let me ask you this, Dan. She's not Ashley. She's not Charlotte Flair. So she's not Rhea Ripley. She's not Bianca. She's not Jade.
But she's never been given those opportunities to move up.
That's what I'm
the
asking you.
ladder.
What would it take for her?
Well, we have a show up next week. It's called the Royal Rumble, where she could fucking dominate that son bitch, and then doing so could finally move
How
up.
do they dominate? How do they have her dominate and not? Because do they have her eliminate Nia Jax right off the bat?
No, what they do is they have her in at number 1. You have Raquel Rodriguez number 1, and like, oh, this is a horrible number for her, this and that, and you give her a bit of that Brock Lesnar treatment where she
What I just said. Think about that. Her at number 1, Nia at number 2. They're fighting. Everybody else who comes out, they just and then these two.
Well, Nia doesn't need that. Nia already has that push. Nia is never going to come out at anything less than 25. You know that. I know that.
She'll be blown up.
Well, not just that, but she's the spectacle. She's supposed to be there to be the Andre of the fucking women's division. You want to turn Raquel into something like that, you need her to, because she's far more athletic than Nia. Let's just call it what it is.
Would you say you need to her what you did to Gunther in the Rumble? Would she need to be your female Gunther?
Does she need to go pillar to post up
Yes.
to 29 and get eliminated? It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt. Have her go all the way from 1 to 29 and then have Bianca eliminate her. I think that would be excellent because that would set the stage that she's deserving. And I think that would be a great idea.
I was going to say, do you think?
Oh my God, y'all hear that? Me and Gerard actually got along and had a fucking agreement.
That would change the concept of her. The fans might actually look at her different that way because now you can get behind her character because you just saw her work her ass off.
Well, no, I think she's an excellent
because you know as well as I do, heel or babyface. If you give the fans the proof that you will work your ass off, they'll get behind you.
Okay, that's the same as go back to WrestleMania 13. Stone Cold Steve Austin was never judged for not being a worker, man. The man worked.
Yep.
But when you watched how hard he pushed, and I think the blood had something to do with it in that match with him and Bret Hart. But it was that last 10 seconds where he took his hands, he put them into the mat, and he forced up one last time, knocked Bret down, and then Bret took it back and he blacked out.
If anybody but Ken Shamrock is the referee in that match.
Oh, sorry.
If anybody but Ken Shamrock is the referee in that match, does it go over as well?
Absolutely. But the only difference is you needed Ken Shamrock for the physicality at the end.
No, you told me if any other referee, if he had been Earl Hebner at the time.
Oh, wait. I heard Earl Hebner. Who was the other one you said?
Earl Hebner.
And?
Chioda.
Yes, what you said. Chioda.
If it had been any one of them, does that match go over as well?
No, I think Shamrock made it was a very important part of that, but he wasn't as important as people try to make it out to be. He needed to be there to get to fully integrate fucking Bret as a heel. He needed to be there.
About the blood, though, is it more effective?
No, I think the blood, and that's one of those times where blood was necessary.
Yeah. And this is the thing with blood nowadays in wrestling. Like the last time we saw a great blade job, well, I don't even know if it actually wasn't a blade job, was that Drew McIntyre CM Punk match in Hell in a Cell.
I would disagree. I think the last time we saw a really good one would be the Gunther CM Punk match when he broke his nose.
Oh, okay. Well, that was good.
The Randy Orton one when he got busted open the hard way.
That was too much.
That was just brutal.
I didn't need to see that.
Dude, my mom still to this day hates Brock Lesnar because of that, because she loves Randy Orton since I was a little kid, and my mom is, she does she's watched wrestling for a long time because she was married to my dad for 20 years. So
hey, think about it like this, guys. We're 55 or something shows in. I think that was the first time we've all agreed on the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You and Dan have been going at it these past couple episodes. I think it's just it's going to be Dan versus Gerard for the custody of Vince. The battle on a ladder.
I'm going to drown Vince. That's what will happen.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know what I was talking about just now because the Dan and Gerard custody ladder match kind of got me. Now I'm focused on what that's going to look like, It's
but ultimately, when it talks about Raquel, I think that her going number 1, going all the way to 29, getting that Gunther treatment, having Bianca Belair struggle to get rid of her. And then even when she gets rid of her, it'll be a fluke. Like she gets rid of her and you still have Raquel looking back at her like, bitch, you just took my spot.
So
And-
who's gonna wear the most like flamboyant outfit? Because again, they have to be all the women have to be covered for this Rumble. So who's gonna? I don't know. Like who's gonna wear the most like because they go all out for this. Like so, my money is on Nia wearing something wacky. You know, I'm voting for Woody this time. Last time it was Buzz Lightyear. I'm hoping
Here's
for
a question
Woody.
for you. What if Jade enters the Royal Rumble?
What the fuck is wrong with you and these crazy fucking ideas?
I'm only asking. What if Jade Cargill?
Why? She's a heel right now. What reason would she have to enter? And don't say because Brock Lesnar did it. Because Brock Lesnar did it. No, Jade is trying to hide. Okay, the difference between Brock Lesnar being a heel and doing what he did is that he had beaten everybody's ass.
What would be the downside of her entering the Royal Rumble?
It would make no sense story-wise.
She takes away Molly Holly's spot. Come on, man. We're going to see Mighty Molly in the fucking Rumble.
I'm only saying, because my thing on this is if she enters the Rumble with 29 other women, there's your setup for WrestleMania.
Well, they've already announced 21. They've announced 20.
I saw 23 last night. I counted 23.
Yeah.
I'm saying she enters the Rumble.
We do.
And Bianca Belair is the one that eliminates her, but then Bianca Belair is the one that wins the Rumble. There's your storyline for WrestleMania. I
think Bianca's winning the Rumble regardless. But...
No, that's what I'm saying. So you have her eliminate Jade Cargill from the Rumble, and then she faces her at WrestleMania after she wins the Rumble.
Now, as far as surprises goes for this, I think we're seeing Lita, because Lita wears like everything covered up anyway, so we're obviously going to see her.
Jacob, Mae Young.
The corpse of Mae Young is going to go out there. Like, she's like, I don't know, like when did she die? Like 2014? Like, no, she's like dust at this point. I don't know. Assuming she got buried again. I'm sorry. Again, I don't know what the
Mae Young, Fabulous Moolah. I mean, we might see them all come out.
Yeah, no, let's bring back the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal, the fallopian tube trophy.
Wendy Richter, you know.
Hey man, Wendy Richter still kicked it, man. You know, Wendy, if you have DMs open.
Judy Martin, Rock and Robin.
What Leonie Kai? Leonie Kai still out there?
Hey, what was it? Hold on. What was the woman that you did? She come out almost looking like the Sultan. I'm trying to remember what her name was now. She came out looking like the Sultan.
Why do I feel like he dreams this shit up when he's
who came out? No, she two years ago she was part of the roster. She was Zia Lee or something like that.
Yeah, she's in.
She was not a fucking Sultan. She was dressed as a Chinese. She's fucking Chinese. She wouldn't.
I know who he's thinking.
I know who he's talking about too.
About Wendy Chu. I think you might be thinking about Wendy Chu. I don't know.
I wasn't talking about Wendy fucking Chu.
Oh,
I was talking about Zia Lee.
I love Wendy her Chu.
Hey, maybe we get a surprise return
from her Wendy.
We get a surprise return from Gail Kim, maybe.
Man, Gail Kim does not give a fuck about wrestling right now. Like she's.
And then in the men's Royal Rumble, we get Robert Irvine.
I'm saying, let's bring Santina Morella back. Santina Morella would be the fucking greatest.
Listen, he could do a bushwhacker Luke.
And again, I 100% think for the Royal Rumble, we're getting a Kit Wilson entrance. He's going to come out with he's going to be playing his theme song, and then he's going to get eliminated, and then his theme song's going to play as soon as he gets eliminated.
Were you not here last week, Gerard? He retired. He fucking retired.
I know.
Retired, man.
Let's do a one-off, though.
Hey, man, like I said, when I think of wrestling retirements, I think of, when
never say never in wrestling.
When Ric Flair was crying, when Shawn Michaels was crying, saying, I'm sorry, I love you, like when I'm going to think of Fandango and Eddie Edwards. And they're in that glorious match that they had.
And the reason why I'm saying Saudi Arabia, because the reports come out this week that somebody got offered the highest amount ever offered for somebody to wrestle in a match. in Saudi Arabia next year.
The one and only modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal, is coming back.
Okay, if it's
Saudi Prince himself requested.
Hey, if it's against, the jabroni beating.
Yeah, against Hulk Hogan.
Hey, listen, the last segment The Rock did physical in the ring, besides, all that bullshit he did for WrestleMania, was with Jinder Mahal.
That's what I'm saying. If it's against a jabroni beating, But I'm just saying is, to hear this report come out that saying for next year's WrestleMania, they've already offered him the highest amount ever offered for. Guys, I will say this. It's not something I would enjoy watching. I wouldn't. After what I saw his debacle last year, to where
his debacle, his
yes.
debacle, his
Listen,
debacle.
You keep it up, and I'm going to have to throw some authentic out there for you. Okay. And I'm just saying to you,
I'm losing 2 hours of my life every Sunday, and I'm never going to get them back.
You'll love it. You
Hey,
wouldn't do anything else.
Listen, I never said I was an English scholar.
Scholar?
Yes, scholar. Okay.
So wait, hold on.
So I like he said Scala, like Scala.
Hey, even though the beautiful university of where Chris Nowinski went to, Harvard, is not too far from my house.
I was going to say David Otunga, but okay, go ahead.
David Otunga did not go to Harvard University.
Yes, he did. He's a Harvard graduate.
He's at Harvard, but Chris Nowinski actually went to Harvard.
So,
but I'm saying,
with David Otunga.
I am not a
after him getting smashed in the head. I'm sure Chris Nowinski pronounces it as Harvard.
I'm not a Harvard University graduate or an Oxford or whatever you want to call it. Well, and I mean, I know it's probably obvious, but
the offer, because you didn't bring it up, the offer is actually for $100 million.
That's what the offer was?
Yes.
For one match?
Yes.
I don't want to see it. Because they're paying $300 million for WrestleMania.
Yeah, a third of that's going to be for The Rock.
Well, like, what match is it? Like, okay, it's obviously going to be the Roman match, but like, what? Like, how good of a match?
It does, Spartan. It really does.
Well, and I saw there was rumors, Stone Cold might, have a match.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like Saudi Arabia, yeah, they can throw around all this money.
Stone Cold's 60 years old.
I know.
What?
He'll be 61 next year.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what? Like, what? Like, how old is Rock at this point? Rock's like, what? 50?
May 2nd, 1972, so he turns 54 this year.
Like,
so he'll be just about 55 next year.
And to be fair, he looked fine in the match he had at WrestleMania 40, but it was a tag team match. Like,
you know what the problem with Rock is? If you want to get a 5-minute match, Rock's your guy. Can he go 20 minutes right now? No.
No one's asked him to go 20 minutes. Fucking Steve Austin did Kevin Owens for 15 minutes, and it was damn good.
That was.
And how much did Kevin Owens protect him in that match, though?
Kevin Owens really, honestly, Kevin Owens was just kind of a warm body for that.
Hey, listen, I will say, to go back to last night, I was very disappointed that he did not come out last night.
Why did he need to come out?
To congratulate Sammy.
Why?
I mean, his neck is mush at this point. But
the festival of friendship is over.
But
I would hope
Sammy.
that Kevin Owens, if they would do like a massive swerve, I would love if, because Sammy and Drew are fighting for the title. So if they have a big,
so if Kevin Owens gets in the ring, hits Sami Zayn with a chair.
Yeah, that'd be great, honestly. That'd be a great moment just out of nowhere. Or, if KO's in the Rumble, even better, because we're talking about surprises for the Rumble. There really isn't any. But
quick question for you. Where is the Elimination Chamber this year?
In your backyard.
Chicago.
Chicago?
Yeah.
Because, a lot of people are complaining because last night's Saturday night's main event wasn't promoted very well.
Well, no, they literally had a match with Styles and Nakamura that they promoted on Friday. Literally, like Nakamura. Oh,
And unfortunately, that
AJ,
match
we have
stole
the
the
final
show.
match.
That match stole the
Yeah,
show.
but we've literally been talking about the fact that fucking them promoted shit. But did you hear why they're upset with Shinsuke?
Because he spoiled that AJ's retiring.
At the Royal Rumble.
And again, I saw memes about it on Twitter.
What do you mean about sorry guys, I don't have Twitter, I don't have Facebook.
Yeah, Gerard's out of the loop on this, I guarantee it. So basically, I believe, I don't know if Trips has it lined up, but basically Shinsuke tweeted out, or he made a post saying that, his letter to AJ right before they had the match, and that AJ told Shinsuke, yeah, there we go. AJ basically, I don't know, I'll have Trips read it, if her mic is.
Hold on.
It needs to be blown up a little.
Dan, just have Trips come to your mic, and then, yeah.
I'm begging for it to be blown up.
But yeah, this is a statement from Shinsuke Nakamura, apparently.
The diary I wrote the day before.
Yeah, this is a letter that he wrote specifically to AJ, and he tweeted it out, and then he instantly deleted it. So,
can we get it blown up a little?
I believe they're working on that, Gerard. You gotta. I don't know. I think Trips' mic is not working. So
no, that I understand.
Yeah. Well, and Trips is this show. I mean, Dan's just kind of a.
Should we be having the Jeopardy music playing right now?
Oh yeah, ding, ding, ding. Dan is a vessel through Trips, so
yeah.
I will say though, like while we're buying time, I did find this little WWE. I don't know. It's like a WWE collector's, truck type thing.
Are we ready?
Yeah, whatever.
All right.
Okay.
So he wrote, the diary I wrote the day before. During last year's Australia tour, at a house show in Melbourne, AJ gave a speech after the match. Listening to it, it was clear he was thanking the fans. But somehow, it also felt like he was hinting that retirement may not be that far away. The tour continued to Japan, and before the shows there, I asked him something. We were in a van on the way to the meet and greet, and I asked him, when are you going to retire? He answered, the Royal Rumble. I've already decided. Whether I actually said it out loud or just thought it for a split second, I'm not sure, but I remember it clearly. Before you retire, I want to wrestle you one more time. AJ nodded. Before the match started, he showed me something he had written on his phone. It was a message he wanted to say to the Japanese fans. He asked me to turn it into proper Japanese. It talked about his anxiety and excitement when he first came to Japan and his gratitude toward Japan for accepting him. It was, without question, a farewell message. As his voice, I gave that speech in Japanese, putting as much emotion to it as I possibly could. That was the moment when his retirement finally started to feel real to me. Even though it was still a little further down the road compared to guys like Cena or Tanahashi, I found myself imagining the enormous sense of loss that would eventually come. 10 years ago, 2016, Tokyo Dome. It was our first ever singles match. The match was later praised all over the world. And not long after, we both left New Japan Pro Wrestling and came to WWE. We never talked about our futures with each other. I think we just happened to make huge decisions at the same time. In America, I was just pushing without thinking. I finished NXT and reunited with AJ on the main roster. AJ, on the other hand, took over WWE like a fish in water. He brought a new wind everywhere he went. And honestly, I remember thinking, yeah, that figures. Our reunion moment at Money in the Bank, my Royal Rumble victory, and then our singles match at WrestleMania. I don't think any of that would have happened if AJ hadn't pushed it. I still have some regrets about what happened after our WrestleMania match, but the final match of that rivalry, our singles match at the Money in the Bank in Detroit, is actually one of my favorite matches, even so. He's straightforward, easy to read, and impossible to hate. His everyday clothes are terrible, and he's got that Southern American accent. What a lovely American. And yet, when it comes to professional wrestling, his balance of expression and technique is the best in the world. Truly one of a kind. I don't say it out loud, but I rely on him. I respect him. And even though we don't actually know each other as deeply as people might think, to me, he's special. Almost like a brother and a best friend, in my own way. And now, our final match awaits. My last chance to give him the perfect send off. Your best. Do your best. Me. And pro wrestling gods, please be kind.
So, I think we should all prepare for Styles' retirement on next week because I don't know. Like, I would like to be wrong, and I would like to think because again, like with Unreal, I would like to think that like they're developing a storyline here of immaculate proportions. You know, hey, hey Shinsuke, go tweet out. You know, when Shinsuke tweeted out.
So, what did y'all think about the letter?
Beautiful letter. I mean, you know, it is. You know, I was sitting here listening to that, and I'm just like, damn, because again, Styles and Nakamura, that match really brought a mainstream audience to New Japan.
What
now,
I'm
people
saying,
can
people can get pissed off, right?
history.
People can get pissed off about the fucking letter, but you say you want something like Unreal. Well, there you go. There's your Unreal. That was one man who was a professional with another man in a business they both loved, and he was giving his thanks and telling him, "I love you." We may not know each other as personally as some people think, but what we do in the ring, that's what makes us brothers. That match last night, after I watched it, that's the match they should have had at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, again, like, oh my god, I'm having a fucking stroke because I don't know. I think my voice is giving out. But again, if we're looking at the WrestleMania match that they had, literally,
it wasn't bad. It just wasn't.
It wasn't bad. But Nakamura turned heel at the end. It was 100% of Vince. Vince booked this match. That's 100% what it was.
Nakamura should have won it. I still to this day believe that, but yeah.
And Nakamura turned. Yeah, Nakamura should have won, and then he lost. And he turned heel at the end of the match, and then it turned into a weird fucking game. Like,
you know what I felt like I was watching last night? Brett and Perfect. That's what I felt like I was watching last night. Two guys who know what the hell they're doing at their craft, and the crowd wanted neither one to lose.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought. And you don't get that feeling often in wrestling anymore, to where the crowd doesn't want either guy to lose.
Yeah.
Brett and Perfect were like that. Austin and Brett were like that. It's very rare to where you go into something to where it's like, okay, who do I root for to lose? And the crowd last night, if that match had ended in a draw, if they had done a Broadway last night, I don't think anybody in that crowd would have minded a Broadway.
But it didn't need to be that. It didn't need to be. It just needed to be two guys doing what they've done for years.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think the crowd would have minded a Broadway. So neither one walks out the winner. I don't think a crowd would have minded it. Did it do anything to hurt Shinsuke? Absolutely not. Did it do anything to help AJ going in with Gunther? No. My thing is, where does AJ go from this?
Well, if that letter's to be believed, this is it. His last match.
Yeah, I mean, I just worry about where Shinsuke goes from this because literally, we were talking earlier about the crowd being dead because the crowd was fucking dead throughout this whole show. And like, even this match too, like Shinsuke came out, he still had like some, because again, he has his old entrance back. He has his whole music, the whole presentation, everything is great. But like the crowd was like kind of there, but kind of wasn't. And then Like they picked up during the latter half of this match, but like
You know what was
crowd-
missing from last night's crowd? And you probably think I'm crazy.
Probably.
What? How much more does that match go over if Pat McAfee's on commentary? Because the way no, I'm just saying because the way he is with Shinsuke Nakamura, where he's up on the desk, he's doing the dance and stuff like that.
Now, I think Wade Barrett did a good job trying to like sell that, because again, they literally had one night of preparation to sell this match, because like Shinsuke came out of nowhere and was like, "Oh, we must have one match, brother."
Now, to be fair to
I
Jake,
want to make Shinsuke sound like Jimmy Superfly.
this is something you'll never understand. In fairness, it was -7 degrees in Montreal, Canada last night, so the crowd going into the building obviously wasn't hot.
Yeah, but like that's the
Wait,
thing.
wait. You're saying that the temperature has everything to do with the crowd being hot? Is that why? Because the ECW arena was 102 degrees constantly. That's why those fans are so hot all the time.
I'm just saying. I'm sorry,
We're
guys. I find it very hard when you're walking into a building at -7 degrees to sit down like, no.
But you're a crotchety old man, and you find the weirdest reasons to.
He does
fucking
have a point though. Like, yeah, we like it is. It is a fucking cold ass environment. Like, dude, because there was that whole thing. I had a friend who went to WrestleMania in Philadelphia, WrestleMania 40, and like he was telling me like how cold it was then because they were outside.
Jacob,
like,
They had an open dome.
Yeah, well, that's WWE's fault, but I'm just saying, like a
But
cold.
the inside of last night was not open.
I first got on with him tonight. I opened up my door, stood outside, throwing up snow. If I were to do it again right now, I got 20
I love snow. I'm from Arizona. I go to Alaska.
I got 20 inches of snow outside my door.
Yeah,
20. He has a half an inch of ice. 2 inches of ice. Okay. 20 inches of snow outside my door right now. Okay. And I'm saying like this. In fairness to the people in Montreal for Friday night and Saturday night, I will say this. Kudos for showing up. Okay. WWE in 2 nights put about 25,000 people in the building. Is it great numbers? No. Because like I said to him, they did a show some years back where 17,000 people showed up and gave a 10-minute ovation to one guy.
Oh yeah, we know who that guy is.
Okay. So to hype that the fact that Montreal was great last night and you put 4,000 less asses in the seats for a Saturday night's main event.
Because they can't afford it, Gerard.
Couldn't afford what?
They can't afford the fucking tickets.
But if it's
if you're paying a fucking arm and a leg to go.
No, and that's why I'm saying to where the company right now.
They didn't need the 4,000 extra seats because they already fucking bled everybody dry with the ones they sold.
And that's why what I was trying to say is, don't tell me your crowd last night was great, where you used to in the same building put 4,000 more people in
because they didn't have to. Look, Gerard, this is the thing you don't get about that. They don't give a fuck how many people they put in there. They give about how much money they can get off these.
Well, remember, guys, we are talking about the Canadian dollar. Okay, the Canadian dollar is not as good as the American dollar.
So, because that's your excuse now. That are you fucking?
That was in Montreal. They should have.
I swear to fuck.
Dan, I'm trying to tell you, they were hyping 13,000 people last night, but they used to put 17,000 in the same building. How do you make up 4,000? You'd have to put the tickets at least, what, $200 difference more to make up?
They are!
To make up for 4,000.
Watch this. Hey, Jacob, when you went to AEW, how much were the tickets?
$35.
Cool. When you tried to go to the WWE event, how much were the tickets?
I would fuck,
200?
man, for the nosebleeds? Are we talking
200?
nosebleeds or just?
Yeah, let's
I
take
mean,
a gander.
nosebleed
Let's
was at
take a
least
gander
like 200.
because Gerard is saying how he's talking about the Canadian dollar. He's talking about his too fucking.
I mean,
cold.
No one gives a fuck about
I'm
the
only
Canadian.
saying is
No, they don't give a fuck about the
I'm
Canadian
trying
dollar.
to tell you that they cannot be out there saying we got 13,000 people in a building that we used to put 17,000
That's true.
people in
They
and
pri-
make it
they-
sound
yeah.
good.
They did because they priced everybody the fuck out.
And I'm
that
saying
sounds-
it's not good.
Hold on. It sounds good to celebrate the 13,000 than to admit that they fucking priced out their fucking audience.
Well, and
Hello,
again,
what I'm trying to say is,
when you-
don't tell me you can put 17,000 people in, and at the same time, but we only got 13,000 today.
well, it's
Okay, that means 4,000 people didn't show up.
everything about the ticket prices are ridiculous, anyways. Because again, we're getting to a time where Saudi Arabia had to literally build a fucking arena for the Royal Rumble. Because if you look at the progress, they had to build this shit in fucking 3 weeks. So now we have an arena for the Royal Rumble. Like, this is all about money.
How much is it?
And
I'll tell you this right now, Jacob, though. It's going to be 65 degrees in Saudi Arabia. And I'll take
Hey,
that.
Jacob, those
great.
seats that
That's
you got in
great.
AEW, the seats you got in AEW, how much were they? For like $30 for where were you?
For me,
Yeah.
yeah, I was up by like towards like the last like entrance way, like right where the entrance was, but like up in the rafters, kind of, because we were in a theater. Mind you.
Last night, the cheapest seats for what? February? For Raw. Raw in Philadelphia. The cheapest seats in the nosebleeds.
Go to Toronto tomorrow night.
The absolute nosebleeds started $80.
Toronto
Well,
tomorrow night.
Just look at the
The
nose.
very last row and the highest stands are $80.
Okay, look at Toronto tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, Toronto.
Tomorrow night, Toronto.
Start
They start
at
$96.
And how many? And if you can figure it out, how many are left?
The tip top. How many are left? Do you know?
4 on the tip top.
There's 4 left on the tip top.
And what I'm saying is, so that's building tomorrow. Well, let's just say they once again say 13,000.
Can he just admit that he's wrong? Can
No.
he just fucking admit that he's wrong? That fucking WWE is priced out the fans?
For saying that, don't come out and tell me that you had 4,000 more people in the same building.
And what I'm saying is they don't give a shit because they're going to make their money anyway.
That's
because
what I'm trying to say to you is the fact of you got 4,000 people less in the building.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to say is they're overpricing the fans to where they can bring 4,000 people less.
Yeah. But you love this company.
I didn't say I love their business model.
I don't. Okay, listen. Like, I don't think Gerard is just a WWE, shield. I don't think he's bearing the. I don't think he has a WWE logo tattooed on his ass.
Oh no! Listen, I'm not like Dan who has somebody tattooed on.
Oh,
his
I
ass.
admit that, and I need to get it covered up.
Well, what's happening? Well, what? I don't know.
Well, I have a tattoo of Vince McMahon on the back of my right calf. I got it when I was
Oh, well,
younger.
then you lose. You lose, Dan.
Hold on,
He's doing the devil horn.
but he's doing the devil horns.
So it's an accurate portrait.
Okay, well, here's where I'm at with this.
So hold on, Jacob. Let me give you some context. When I was a kid, not to get too in depth, in my childhood, the only times that my fucking family was in a war zone due to my, won't go into detail, certain people in the family making me have a really bad childhood was when wrestling came on. So at the time when I got this tattoo, roughly 15 years before all the stuff came out about Vince, it was a tribute to the fact that because of Vince, I had a decent childhood instead of an abusive childhood. Then I find out that he's a piece of shit. He's an utterly piece of garbage. So now I have this tattoo of a piece of shit who I paid homage to and I was grateful for. And now you understand why I despise the man, because for the longest time, I admired Vince for everything he had done. Come to find out, he's a piece of fucking garbage.
Well,
So Gerard now is trying to use that as a weapon because he's a dick.
I plead the fifth on that because again, I have a Prince tattoo famously, and seeing There was a episode like the finale of Stranger Things just aired, and they like famously aired Prince's Purple Rain during one of the most important scenes of the show, and like all of Twitter was coming out like, oh, Prince was a homophobe, and Prince was this, and Prince was that, and I'm just like, these colors don't run, man. Now I compare it to I don't know. I forgot what I was saying because, talk about print. I had the purple rain above me, So these colors don't run. And I think it's similar how Gerard feels because, like, when he sees the red and the yellow, those colors don't run.
So you're basically saying when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside,
So
he's got to be a man. He can't let it slide.
Just in case anybody's watching, Seattle Rams 17-13.
No one gives a shit.
No one gives a shit about that.
I'm just giving the updates. That's
You
all.
hurt my friends and you hurt my pride. I got to be a man and I can't let it. Here's the deal. And look, okay, and Jacoby, I'm gonna bring something up because I was in fucking training class for the last 2.5 weeks, fucking firearms, all kinds of shit, right? And I was sitting there, I was talking to some guys up there that are wrestling fans, and I let them watch the show a little bit, and they really like Jacoby. They like the fact that Jacoby's young, and he just, I was like, okay, this young guy's got perspective on his shit. He speaks his mind. He's a little bit of a nut, but they liked him. I'm like, cool. What do you think about Gerard? He's the biggest fucking shill for WWE they've ever fucking seen. That everything's good, everything Vince did was good, everything Hogan did was good.
How much did you pay these people, though? That's the thing.
And the thing is, these guys were fucking his age and a little bit less. They're all looking at him like, yep. And they're wrestling fans, and some of them like AEW, some of them remember the old school wrestling stuff, and they laughed. So I guess he cut his comeuppance when they saw Sid Vicious throw him against the ground. They thought that was hilarious. But, oh, Puddin'. You pouting over there? Pouting over there? Look at him. Oh, big guy. But no, you are the biggest fucking shill for fucking Vince and WWE. F, whatever. You're the biggest fucking shill.
Nope. Mm-mm.
No, I'm not. I'm not a big fucking shill for WWE.
Because I will call a spade a spade.
Okay, so that's racist.
You just made it racist.
He can't have a fucking argument without turning it back on somebody else.
It's sad where...
Do I have to bring up the OJ conversation? You cannot have a conversation without turning it on somebody.
Listen, if it doesn't fit, you must have quit. And until you can call him a piece of shit as much as you want, this is all I'm going to say is he hasn't been found guilty of anything. Hasn't been found guilty of anything. And in this lovely country of ours, until you're found guilty in a court of law, yeah, typical you would put the pinky out. Until you're found guilty in a court of law,
he has text messages. He has text messages with the woman that he did things with her that were just not.
Okay, like I said though,
copacetic.
Until he's found guilty in a court of law.
Again, she's no better than him in some regards because she went to a fucking civil court instead of a fucking federal court.
Like I said, but we live, unfortunately, we live in a country to where until you're convicted, you didn't do it.
No, bullshit.
Until you're convicted, you didn't do it. It's like if you go speeding on the highway. Well, we all know you don't, but cop didn't see it. I didn't do it. Well, until you're convicted in a court law. Now, put it this way, whether you're convicted of civil or criminal infraction, until you are, you didn't do it.
Even though you admitted to it.
You can admit to whatever you want. If you don't get convicted of it, you ain't guilty.
You fucking did it.
When did he get convicted of it?
You know, fuck, Gerard. You're a Patriots fan. You admit to that. Are you guilty of it, Gerard? Are you guilty of being a Patriots fan?
I'm guilty of being a Patriots fan.
Oh, were you convicted of that?
Huh?
Were you ever
Yes.
convicted of? Shut the fuck up. You know if you're full of shit.
The red, white, and blue runs through my veins.
And a lot of brown comes out your fucking ears, nose, and eyes.
And ass.
You're full of shit. Look, the fact of the matter is this: he's a piece of shit, and you will fucking cut for him, and you will do everything.
No,
you can.
listen. I'm not defending him. I'm only
What
saying.
have you been doing every time we have a podcast?
Has he been convicted?
Okay, so fuck the conviction part. Let me ask you: what do you think of Vince McMahon as a human being personally?
As a businessman or as a
No. As a fucking human being.
Oh, listen, I'll put it like this. He has not lived the best of lives.
I don't give a shit. That's not what I'm asking. What? Don't give me the fucking look around trying to get out of this. This is a question.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Who cares?
I'm trying to tell you that I do not believe he's lived the best of lives. I'm trying to tell you that he's been shady in a lot of the things he's done. Me or you, for some of the things he's done, yeah, we're probably sitting in jail. But money talks, unfortunately, in this country. And his money has got him out of a lot of shit.
Okay, great. I'll accept that. Hulk Hogan.
Same answer.
Put that one up. Put that one up. Put that comment up.
I'm not deflecting. I'm just saying, same answer.
I mean, I don't think he's deflecting. Like, again, I don't really give a shit about Hulk Hogan or Vince. Like,
You care about Chelsea Green.
Do you care about Chelsea
this
Green?
pissed me off because, again, you have fucking. If we're talking about sex perverts, come on. Like, we're talking about, Michael P.S. Hayes here. Oh, well, Chelsea should just be, she should be,
Hey, Jacob, here's something you'll like what I'm about to say about Chelsea Green. Give her 3 months. I think she could flip her whole script and be a Charlotte Flair. She could be a Bianca Belair.
If you're going to give
that's
Jey
not-
Uso a fucking run with the world title, you can't give Chelsea Green one. And I will say it plainly here and now. And I know that I was all supportive of the Jey Uso run because look, it was different. But if you're going to give Jey Uso, who cannot fucking, I'll say it, lace up the boots of Chelsea Green as far as talent in the ring.
can't drink properly.
That's what I said to you. If you gave her 3 months of serious in-ring competition, I think she could be the face of the company in 3 months' time.
Who is Michael Hayes to tell anybody shit? I'm sorry. Michael Hayes had a run with fucking the Freebirds and the Von Erichs in the fucking 70s and 80s and all that bullshit.
Don't get me wrong, Dan. Don't let us get it wrong now. The greatest run of tag team action that probably ever been done.
Yes, but
Here's the key.
Again, after that, there's nothing that
Correct.
ties Michael Hayes to anything. He's
No.
Doc, hey,
Doc,
the
he's
minute
Doc
he
Hendricks for life. So
the minute he became Doc Hendricks, okay, Michael P.S. Hayes retired.
and here's the thing for to imply that Chelsea's she wants like even fucking fat Bruce Pritchard said
Did fucking
Chelsea,
did Michael
Chelsea
Hayes ever
wants
win a
to
world
be
title?
Chelsea wants to be it, but she
Did he ever go? Did he ever wrestle for one?
well Bruce
Never
Pritchard-
mind, win it. Did he ever wrestle for the world title?
Was he ever good enough to wrestle for one? Because I'm going to tell you right now, Terry Gordy was
What?
a better Terry Gordy was a far better in-ring performer than Mike and a better character than Mike.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a blind moment. The third member of that. Who's the third member of the Freebirds?
Which time?
The original. Not it was Michael Hayes, Terry Gordy, and something Roberts.
Buddy Roberts.
Buddy Roberts. Buddy was better than
Buddy
Mike.
was excellent. Buddy could wrestle though, but Buddy
That's what
had
I'm
no,
saying.
but Buddy had no
Michael
charisma. The problem
Hayes
with
was
Buddy
not a
is
great
he had,
worker. Like he was never good.
Michael P.S. Hayes was the voice of the Freebirds.
Yeah,
But
this is
other two guys were better wrestlers.
well, this is essentially like this is essentially because Michael Hayes, like he's the third best member of the Freebirds, essentially, you know, or Road Dogg, you know, talk about Road Dogg, talk about how great DX was, and I'm an integral member of DX, and he drew a lot of money. Like he was like, well, I would have became a lot of, you know, I would have been successful had I not, you know, been, you know, drugs and alcohol. But it's like,
but you weren't.
And if my aunt had a penis, she'd be my uncle.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if I had wheels, I'd be a fucking wagon. Like, you know, it's like we could talk about all these fucking hypotheticals and shit, but it's just, you know,
it goes back. Okay, like look, go back. Look at people like to bitch about Cornette, but Cornette knows what he's fucking talking about because Cornette managed nothing but championship teams. That's what he did. He was great at it. Look. He knew how to make the fucking fill in the cracks and the holes. Look, beautiful Bobby Eaton. He'll go down as by far one of the greatest technicians of all time. Beautiful Bobby was excellent.
You
Stan
know what
Lane.
Jim Cornette is, Dan, and you'll understand what Jim Cornette when I'm about to say this. He would call a spade if he would slam his own guys.
He absolutely would call him that, wouldn't he?
No, what I mean by that is, if his guys sucked, he'd say it. If his guys were great, he'd tell you. But he had the balls to be honest about it.
That's the thing. He did. He wasn't a fucking yes man. Look at someone like fucking Bruce Pritchard. Dude, he's been sucking the cock of whoever's in fucking charge for years. Well, I will go back to what Bret Hart said it best, better than anybody else. Bret Hart came out and said, why are we taking advice from a bunch of guys who never fucking made it? You never see anybody.
Why are we taking advice from like if we're looking at managers, like Brother Love was like one of the worst men.
Listen, guys, great gimmick. Great gimmick.
No,
really?
Great gimmick. No,
Gerard, you were look. You're Brother Love,
Festus
Gerard. That's why you like that gimmick
compared to Brother Love, bro.
If you let me finish.
Okay, hold
on.
When
it started, it was a great gimmick when it started. Okay. Now, mind you,
well, Big Dick Johnson.
Hold on. I was around at that time when it started. Here's the thing. The gimmick was great.
Did you like Duke the Dumpster Drosy too, Gerard?
Oh, listen to me.
Okay.
The gimmick was great. The person behind the gimmick, when you took the makeup off, wasn't as good as the gimmick at the time.
That gimmick's never getting over. I'm sorry.
That gimmick was not.
Today, that guy, 35 years, he's been around the company now 35 years, minimum, collecting a check. The other guy we just talked about, Michael P.S. Hayes, 35 years, been collecting a check. It's very easy to have guys who never made it on your writing team
to tell you that you're right. Yeah, you're right, Vince.
Well,
right.
and you know, Bruce Pritchard, you know, he has the best claim because he was there when the Undertaker debuted, so he always has that.
What wasn't I?
See, you know, if he's like every time he does a documentary, like, yeah, you know, I had to pass off the Brother Love. You know, Brother Love wasn't the best, you know, manager for the Undertaker because we had to get this, and like he makes it seem like he was such a martyr. Like he had to.
No, hold on. Let me explain this, and I'm just gonna say it plainly. You know, we have a lady who's retiring from Congress. Her name is fucking Nancy Pelosi.
I'm just fucking. I'm fucking with you. I'm sorry. Please.
We talk about this shit about term limits, right? We always talk about term limits because new blood makes things better. Vince was in that role of fucking creative for all these years. We watched it do a downturn. I'm sorry, he sucks. Vince's creative is not great. He had other people. You know, we've had plenty of people come out and talk about the Attitude Era and how it was his last fucking shot because
we're gonna have Stephanie be pregnant, and guess what? I'm the father.
That
doesn't work. Okay, what about Shane?
That was Vince's ideas. Okay, now, the idea that we have Triple H, who took over NXT, finally, the son-in-law, and what did he do with that? He turned it into something special. And what did Vince do? He made it the Rainbow fucking Express and ruined the motherfucker again. Because he could, people like Michael Hayes, people like fucking Vince McMahon, people like fucking Brother Love himself, fucking Bruce Pritchard, cannot stand the idea of someone outshining them. And that's what fucking happened. You started getting some new blood in there, and they were fucking making shit good. They suck. And the fucking outdated 70s and 80s era of fucking of promotion and pro wrestling will never fucking be over again. Those days are done. It's over. Let it go. When we believed as kids, you know, back when the dinosaurs were walking the earth for Gerard, but back when we were kids, we believed that. We believed that wrestling was real and that these guys are really badasses. I remember when my dad was showing me Ric Flair back in the 80s. When I saw this shit back, Gino Hernandez, when I saw the fucking Von Erichs, I thought these guys were the baddest motherfuckers on the planet because they were real.
When I first saw Kane for the first time, when I was
You thought he was real.
When I saw Kane with that black towel chained up, my dad threatened me, like, if I was bad, I'm going to call Kane. I'm going to call The Undertaker, because.
But then something happens as we get older and we have a realization.
Well, I'll say this.
Internet.
Hold on. When I started working there and I realized the people that I used to see on TV are not the same way when the lights are off. And I actually woke up to reality and I said, whoa, wait a minute, hold on. I never knew the difference between a gimmick and real life until, obviously I started working for wrestling. But then when you realize that these guys, I'll give you a perfect example, Roddy Piper. The way Roddy Piper was on TV and the way he was behind the scenes, you couldn't have been more 180. It's like, wait a minute, what the hell? And then you realize it's like it's a script that these guys are going by.
I don't think I've ever said this on the show, but when I was about, I was probably 4. I'd like to say, because it was 2005. It was right before Eddie Guerrero died. So I went to a SmackDown and I got to meet Rey Mysterio for the first time. I was wearing like a mask, and I think I've shown you guys a picture before because I met Rey Mysterio twice. But it was like meeting God himself because Rey Mysterio just had like such an aura about him, and like I was just like, what the fuck? But JBL was also walking around because he was the top heel at the time, and man, like I was terrified of JBL because
but he was known for kicking Mexicans in the ass.
That's what I'm saying. JBL's a notorious dickhead anyway, so I don't know if this was like kayfabe or whatever, but like he was pushing fans out of the way. He was being a total. He was probably because fans were probably crouching up on it, so it wasn't kayfabe at all. Probably
first time I ever met Rey Mysterio and he didn't have a mask on.
But like I met Rey Mysterio and it was like literally because you could see I have a picture of it because like I'm literally looking at him like I'm just like I'm so awestruck. And same thing when I went
when you met Aubrey Edwards. When you met Aubrey Edwards,
Aubrey Edwards, nicest person I've ever met in wrestling. And I've talked shit about
best referee in business right now.
Yeah, she's not the best referee in the business right now. I'll say that she's the second best. If you're watching Aubrey, I'm sorry, I'm a fan, but Jessica Carr is in my heart still. But I mean,
we gotta go. Wait a minute, we gotta talk about the referee last night.
Hold on, Gerard. Thought you were gonna say him. Gerard.
Gerard's the best.
Gerard thought you were gonna say him.
We gotta talk about this freaking schmuck who screwed up.
Hold on. Gerard, I thought you were going to say, no, Gerard is the best referee in the business.
The best referee in the
business. We got to go to, no. We got to go and talk about this referee last night who screwed up the main event on multiple times. And,
Gerard, you're our favorite referee.
How many times do we got to talk about these guys are on freaking mics and still fuck it up?
I mean,
how many times?
I mean, I was just more concerned about like the logistics of this main event match because I legit thought Randy was winning until I realized they were in Montreal. And then I was like, okay, well, Sammy's winning. And then Trick Williams, by the way, like the way they brought Trick Williams up to the main roster, 10 out of 10 presentation.
I
But
still think he's shit, but go
white
ahead.
gear, like the fact that he has white gear is just, it never looks good on anyone. Like the only person to make that work is fucking, I mean,
Booker T.
but like, I mean, yeah, but even then, like it's just it just doesn't look good on anyone. But this
Nia Jax.
we'll see. Buzz Lightyear herself, leave her out of this. You gotta.
Oh, so you tell me white doesn't look good on Willow Nightingale?
Okay, Willow Night. See, that's the thing. I love me some Willow. It's just. By the way, if you look at Willow Nightingale's merch? By the way, I want to encourage anyone to look at this. Go to awshopmerch.com, whatever the fuck it's called. Look at the Willow Nightingale merch because it literally just looks like cum lettering. Someone splooged and spelled Nightingale. I don't know what's the deal with wrestling chops and the cum.
And you know it's one of the seven. You know it's one of the 7 words you can't say on television.
What, cum? What, cum, splooge? I said a lot of stuff, but I'm just saying because if you look at this is the thing. I'm gonna make a video on this because there's cum lettering and wrestling T-shirts because literally there's Nightingale. The first AJ Styles TNA shirt, it looked like that too. It's like there's a.
Is it the black one?
Yeah, the black one that just says AJ.
No, I'm talking about the fucking Willow Nightingale.
Yeah, it just says.
Is it a black? Is it the black one?
Yeah, it just looks like spooge on it. Yeah. Ooh, baby, I masturbate. I wanna be my midnight.
You got issues.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
And this is coming from me.
We do have 2 of the
Spooge.
We do have 2 other topics we got to get to. Let's do.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, wait, he retired?
Sorry, his contract expired.
Oh, we have to talk about someone who I'm very upset about. If you'll put an image of him up, please, we can have that conversation. Yeah, put his statement up. This really pisses me off, actually. In a very near future, my contract with WWE will officially come to an end. I'd like to thank every single person who contributed. Will you shut the fuck up so I can read this? Jesus.
Dan was getting all. You could hear the sadness in his voice. He was getting.
I was literally getting. Will officially come to an end. I'd like to thank every single person who contributed to the last 10 years of this incredible journey. Camera crew, ring crew, hair and makeup team, and seamstresses, referees, creative producers, catering crew, and commentators, ring announcers, travel department, medical team, talent reps, and anybody I may have missed. A very special thanks to all of the men and women who have shared a ring and locker room with nothing but love and respect. And I would be remiss not to give a special thank you to my Black and Gold family. You will forever hold an incredible special place in my heart. To the fans who have shown love and support over the last 2 decades, thank you from the bottom of my heart. To my wife and daughter, you are my rock and my forever. Why I love you more. My forever why I love you more. I spent the first decade of my career traveling the world on the independent scene. I spent the second decade of my career traveling the world with WWE. I have 1 decade remaining, and I'm beyond excited for whatever challenges lie ahead. I am an incredibly lucky person, one of the few who has spent his entire adult life living out his childhood dream. And while that dream continues to evolve, I will continue to chase it. With that said, for the first time in over 10 years, I am available for all appearances, signings, photo ops, seminars, movies, TV appearances, fitness collaborations, sponsorships, and so forth. Please email any inquiries to bookchampa@gmail.com. We need to reach out to Tommaso Ciampa. Do that. Make that happen. Him, Curtis, and Curtis.
Begging you.
You never gave me an answer.
What was the question?
Do we have to ask about a fee?
Do we have to ask about a fee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I need to know.
Okay. I don't remember you asking me that.
I wrote to you and you went, yeah, good question. And then I've never heard anything else.
It's been a very strange 2 weeks.
I'm just saying.
Dude, that was almost 3 months ago.
There was holidays.
There was holidays and shit going on. Get off my back, Gerard. Shit's happened. It wasn't 3 months ago.
Tommaso Ciampa.
Oh, yeah,
Next-
Tommaso Ciampa. Anyway, shush. Tommaso Ciampa.
Yep.
What do we think?
I look at it like this. Is he what he is without Johnny Gargano?
100%.
Can he be what he is by himself?
100%. I would argue he's better than Johnny Gargano.
Which Tommaso Ciampa is left, though?
The Black Heart.
Buddy, I just think again we're in a situation where me and Dan are talking about our love for lucha libre and stuff, and Gerard's gonna look at it like it's gibberish because Tommaso Ciampa by himself is way better than Johnny Gargano has ever been, and I'm hoping again if this is gonna be the way it's gonna go because there's rumors. Oh well, I think he's gonna go to New Japan. I'm 100% convinced that if AEW picks him up, this will be one of the best signings they've ever had. And I fully believe that.
I don't know what gang signs you're throwing up, Gerard. TNA.
Now again, if TNA was smart, they'd be throwing. But again, TNA is now a feeder system for WWE.
Yeah, they're sucking the cock of the E.
Like,
does he end up there just because of?
No, I think he's gonna be again. He the trademark for the psycho kill. I think he's gonna be the Don Callis family killer. I think that would be the best option for him.
He'll go to die there. He'll be great for 3 weeks and die.
No, because the thing is, he's built perfect for AEW. If you really think about it,
he's the one. He's the
ultimately,
one
can you see a match? I'll ask you this, Jacob. Do you see a match? What kind of fucking promo work are we getting if he goes against MJF?
That man, see again, you're getting my juices flowing. I'm feeling it. Down below.
What if he turns the fucking big, beautiful Burberry belt, the big beautiful belt? He turns the big beautiful belt.
Goldie.
I'm not the one saying it. I'm not the one. Other people are saying it. Tommaso Ciampa turns the big beautiful belt into Goldie.
Listen, like that's a great. Like you would think that's natural the way to go because again, Tommaso. Like I don't believe he's just riding off into the sunset, and this is like you just.
Well, let me ask you this, Jacob. Did you see the other? I don't know if we talked about last week. I'm trying to remember when Daria last week debuted. Okay?
Yeah. And that's a great role for her to be in because again, she was great in that role. Like, cause on SmackDown, it was random as fuck. Like Sonya Deville's the SmackDown, but again, there's a lot of debate. Like, do we need a general manager role? No, we don't need it. But if it's done well, then it's done well. Because again, people shit on Vicky Guerrero, but Vicky Guerrero was a fucking great.
Adam Pearce.
Listen, let me put it to you like this: the greatest GM they've ever had was the anonymous general manager.
No, it wasn't.
That
was freaking awesome. How they stopped the show. The life of
Hornswoggle. It's Hornswoggle. By the way,
Gerard likes shit like the Money Pit. That's what.
No.
By the way, if we can get Hornswoggle on the show, I would love to have him any quick.
Listen,
that guy.
And when Michael Cole would get up and say, and I quote from the anonymous general manager, I used to get so pissed off. But I get pissed off because it's like I would always say it's a great gimmick.
No, it wasn't. No.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't a great gimmick. They didn't know they were gonna have Hornswoggle come out as a New Jersey like midget. They're like Big Nick from New Jersey. And by the way, that gimmick would have worked. I don't, I'm just saying it. This would have done. That's what happened. That would. I guarantee, big like out of nowhere, you had Hornswoggle. Like,
here's a question for you. So in the past couple of weeks, we have seen so much online internet thing when it comes to the R-True shit because of when it comes to this stuff. Why is all this coming out at the beginning of the year all of a sudden?
Because it's all fake. Ultimately,
well, because. Well, and it's kind of bullshit because this is what's coming out because this is WrestleMania season. Like, this is the drama that's going into.
It is the most boringest WrestleMania.
No, what we're seeing is that they're getting rid of guys that are truly talented, and I hope that AEW is smart enough to make those decisions. Karrion Kross should be in AEW. I'll just say it. Karrion Kross.
Now,
he hasn't signed already.
Now, I'm surprised, but like, again, I don't want to. I think I don't want to speak for Karrion Kross. I have no fucking idea. But like everything I've watched is because I'm a big Karrion Kross fan. Everything I've watched, he wants to control his narrative. Yeah, see that?
Please God.
But he like if if AEW signed Killer Kross and Scarlett, then boom, I think they're going. Like if they signed Tommaso Ciampa right away. Like this is a situation where I feel like right now they should put a press release. Tommaso Ciampa is signed. He's all elite. Like I would do it because what else do they have? Because they're not going to debut him onto a fucking random Dynamite because no one's going to care. They got to fucking all their shit is on Twitter anyway, so they got to fucking put it on Twitter. Hey, Tommaso Ciampa.
Well, I miss the day. Okay, look, and this is gonna look. Y'all probably will disagree. I'm fine with that, but we have a discussion here, right? What was the other topic you wanted us to talk about?
Oh, can we talk about the Trey Miguel situation?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that definitely.
Who?
Hold on. We're going to talk about something that Jacob brought up in the chat that we had in our private conversations. I miss, and you're going to fucking hate me for this. I enjoyed the Aces and Eights program. I really enjoyed the Aces and Eights program way back when. And I think it would work now if you bring in a guy like Killer Kross, you bring in a guy like Tommaso Ciampa, you bring in someone else who he'll never come in, but which leads to our last topic of the night. Gerard's not going to know anything about this guy. He was the villain. Marty Scurll.
Oh, I'm excited for this. I wish we had the Jacob's Corner music because.
All right, Jacob's Corner.
Jacob's Corner.
What?
I mean,
they're a bunch of crackers, number one, because we're at the Cracker Barrel. I've accomplished it. I got them both.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, this. Okay, well, holy shit. Well, let's get into it. Now, you saw it on screen. Marty Scurll. Now, get into the situation with Marty Scurll. Now, he is a confirmed pedophile. By logic, by definition, by him admitting it, he's a pedophile. Now, that's great, and there's a bunch of segments.
You can't say that fucking word. He alleged.
Okay,
alleged.
PDF. I'm sorry, alleged.
PDF.
Edit this back. I'm just saying, everything that's been, confirmed about this guy is it is what it is. So, Hangman Page posted a picture, or who posted? I don't know who posted this picture, but Hangman Page is just take a picture with this guy, which is great. Now, since this happened, we have a lot of people on Twitter, on Facebook, defending this. Well, that's fine. How am I supposed to? I mean, I sent a lot of stuff to the group chat. We have a private group chat for the Marks podcast. I sent a lot of stuff, a lot of screenshots of people defending this.
A lot of pictures of Jacob's dick.
Yeah, a lot. Just saying, there's not a file big enough to contain it.
To be fair, it's not because it's sexual. He wants to know what we think, and is this a thing?
But there's a lot of people defending this. Now this is a main thing. People saying that this is photoshopped. That Hangman Page, their favorite wrestler, could not possibly be friends with a guy who's accused of all this shit. Now, keep in mind that Kenny Omega is friends with someone by the name of Chase and Rance. I don't know if you guys know who Chase and Rance is, but confirmed pedophile or confirmed PDF file. And a lot of these elite guys are friends with people like this. So it's really, we're in a slippery slope here because AEW is never going to acknowledge this. And what's great about this is that you have your former, literally, he was just we had someone by the name of Trey Miguel.
That's exactly where I was hoping we were going to go with this. Go. Keep going.
Get fired from AEW. Now, I will say this. I'm a fan of the Rascals. Now, I messaged both of you in our group chat, and I said the Rascals got signed by AEW. And Gerard promptly texted, who the fuck are the Rascals? Because Gerard's not going to know who the Rascals are. But I was hyped. I'm like, literally the whole arena erupted when they saw the Rascals coming soon to AEW.
And you said that, and then somebody else didn't even get a chance to get their job and then tragically died for making comments.
Trust me, I'm getting to this. Yeah. Trust me. So now Rascals get announced for AEW. Now that's beautiful. Everything's fine. The whole crowd in Arizona reacted. That's the first time I've ever seen. I told this to Aubrey Edwards' face. I was like, she was the only person I've ever seen get a reaction, like the only ref I've ever seen get a reaction from a crowd. I'm just like, you're the real deal because of that.
You waited for Gerard to leave to say that, didn't you?
Oh, no. I'm just saying, but when it said the Rascals coming soon to AEW, boom, the crowd reacted. Now, I knew it was iffy because the first segment that they showed was with Zachary Wentz, Desmond Xavier. I always want to call him Wesley because that's who he was, and Myron Reed. Now, by the way, first of all, Myron Reed has been an indie star for fucking years. I'm glad he's finally has a contract somewhere because he's been busted his ass. But here's where it gets iffy. I thought immediately, I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, there's no mention of Trey. Because, again, the whole gimmick for the Rascals is that they're stoners. And that, their whole, they're just smoking weed and eating, they're munching. That's their whole gimmick. So I'm just like, wait a minute. There's no mention of Trey. Then, a day later, it comes out that Trey Miguel has been released from AEW. He's quitting wrestling. My mental health.
He actually went back to TNA, but.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So the statement came out from, first of all, it was that he was released. He was no part of it. That Trey Miguel came out and said, I'm leaving wrestling. Okay. And then it came out that, Trey Miguel got released. It wasn't from Tony Khan. It was from higher ups. And I'm just like, okay, who else? Because Tony Khan boasts about he's head booker. He's a be-all, end-all, Tony Khan spooges on all this, and this is his. So, he came from higher up. So this is what got me thinking of the Jay Briscoe segment of why the Briscoes aren't on. They were on ROH. They were feuding with FTR. They had the best goddamn dog collar match in the history of wrestling, with FTR and the Briscoes. And they weren't allowed on WBD programming because supposedly Jay Briscoe made supposed homophobic comments. And that's basically what fucked Trey Miguel. Now, Trey Miguel, said, he's done with wrestling, this and that. Then he shows up on TNA live on Genesis and wins the Feast or Fired case. Now, I don't know. Like, again, we're really playing. Again, this is a PC world. We got to deal with networks. And they're moving to AMC. It's a new situation. Or no, AEW has to sign these people. So we're dealing with networks here. But, like, didn't Zachary Wentz get fired from WWE because he literally was caught posing as Hitler?
No, I thought he got caught. He got in trouble for fucking apparently beating his girlfriend allegedly.
No, he got caught because they caught him with a picture with him dressing up as Hitler. That's why he got fired from NXT to begin with. But NXT brought him back, and now what's also a little crack in this? Trey Miguel used to be married to MJF's current wife, so there's a little bit of that. So I don't know. Like, the fact that Trey Miguel said, I'm quitting wrestling, and then the next day he shows up on TNA and he's re-signed to a new deal. He wins a feast or fired case. By the way, it'd be funny if he wins the fired case, but I already know who wins because TNA was so dumb that, like, they put the subtitles, like, to the next week's episode because they taped their shows. So we already know who wins the feast or fired case. And I don't know. I mean, it's up to you guys because I think AEW fucked up here. And the fact that they're going to literally hire Zachary Wentz, who had photos of him, like, dressing up as Hitler, but they're going to not sign Trey Miguel. Like, I don't know.
Anything, Gerard? Do you know anything about this?
All I gotta say is this: if everything that you're talking about is true, nobody's been convicted in the court of law in person.
Oh God!
Hold on. Innocent till proven guilty in the court of law.
There are photos of him dressing as Hitler.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the pedophilia stuff. Dressing up as Hitler. My question to you is this: was it Halloween?
He admitted to it. Chance Racing is a registered sex offender.
Registered sex offender.
I'm just pointing out because, again, we're because
if you're
talking about Marty Scurll and Hangman Page. Like, okay. Marty Scurll admitted that this happened. She was a 16-year-old chick and he hooked up with her.
To be fair, he did say he had no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah. So if I'm 18 years old and I hook up with a 16-year-old chick, does that make me?
Marty Scurll was like 27 or like
27 years old.
Because you didn't say
she was intoxicated.
Age gap wasn't here. That's all. You didn't say
the age gap is super. Well, again, we're talking about Marty's Hangman, like hanging out with Marty Scurll, and again, all these guys are friends with Marty Scurll. They're all friends.
I'll put it black and white. Okay, Jacob. No, I pick on you enough. Gerard, if I found out that you did something like this, we wouldn't be talking anymore. If I found out that you had hooked up with a 16-year-old girl, we wouldn't be talking anymore.
Not at my age. Absolutely not.
He was 20-something years old.
Now, if you let me finish.
They do with Chase and Rance. Like, Chase and Rance was like...
And that's what I'm trying to say to you. When I worked there was an incident with two prominent wrestlers hooked up with some underage females, left their heads shaved bald. Never came out in the media. But, now mind you, this is the late 80s, early 90s, so stuff wasn't so on the internet back then. Did it make it right? Absolutely not. My thing is this. If a let's just go 25-year-old man goes up to a girl and starts talking, I'm 21. And it comes to find out she's 16. But she told him he was 21.
Okay.
No. Hold on. Let me finish. If she says she was 21 and then he finds out later because something happened, now she's only 16.
That's a different circumstance.
That's what I'm asking you.
Okay, no. You should be checking because you're a celebrity. You should be checking absolutely every time. And if she doesn't have her driver's license on her, then fuck that. 2, she was intoxicated. She was drunk off her ass, and he took advantage of this girl.
I mean, well, I mean, we're talking about other shit that
I was gonna say that's called a night at a bar. My question is this: where was the infraction supposed to have happened? Number one. Number 2, if the girl gave a wrong,
if you go and say this is one of those, if it don't fit, you must have quit.
No. My question to you, all I'm asking is, I don't know the story. I haven't read the backstory. Did she give this guy initially her wrong age? Number 1. Number 2, if she didn't give the wrong age and she told the guy specifically how old she was, hang him by his cock. Okay, sorry, that's it. Hang him
by his cock.
That absolutely. Make sure it falls off.
Okay, so he's admitted that she was 16, and he admitted that she was intoxicated. I've never been in
that situation. I feel like if you're in that situation, you should know.
Well, no, and I agree with Jacob. Why were you in that situation? Why are you fucking rats?
Was she in a bar? Like I'm saying, did she get into a bar?
It doesn't fucking matter.
No, if she got into a bar illegally because she has a false ID, he's expecting that she's 21.
We're getting into semantics.
That's semantics. Look, something happened. That's bad. Something bad happened. Look, he's not in prison. Okay, whatever. But it happened, and he admitted it had happened. This isn't like
this is like literally when we're talking about Marty Scurll, this motherfucker admitted this happened. And again, like Marty Scurll is a fucking weirdo. Like he's always been defined as that. And for Hangman, like for him post a picture, and like again, people are coming out like, oh, well, I should not be friends with someone. Like people are defending this. I should not be friends with someone because of this. But it's like, okay. There's lines to this, It's like okay, like if like Dan took a shit on someone's lawn and I found out later, like
it's actually happened before, but never,
but like if I'm friends, like if I find out later someone's talking to me like Dan took a shit on my lawn, like oh shit that sucks, but like but if I knew, you know what I mean, but like that's different, like
that's what I'm saying, Jacob. The content of what he said happened. What is the story behind what he said happened? Was it cut and dry where she said, I'm 16 years old and he followed through?
Well, no, it doesn't fucking matter. You're a grown ass man.
It doesn't matter.
He just said. Did she say she was 16 and he followed through with it?
No,
he said she was 16. He
look into it. Marty Scurll knew, and it was consensual. By his defense is that it's consensual by law. That's always been his
no.
So, from my understanding, it was in the UK, and it was legal.
She was intoxicated, and I think they had 10 years apart.
So they were 10 years apart in age.
The consent, because she was intoxicated. So if you're arguing about consent,
it wasn't. No intoxication happened. No, he knew.
No, she was intoxicated. So no, here's the facts. Here's what we have.
That's what I'm saying. If she's intoxicated,
here's the facts. First off, Leland, yes, I think it very well may be, and if it is, he is by far one of the greatest of all time, hands down, first ballot Hall of Famer. But yes, she was intoxicated. Yes, she was 16 years old. Yes, the legal age is 16. The fact is there's a 10-year age difference. She is a fan. You took advantage of a intoxicated fan. You are a fucking piece of shit. That is my opinion. That is the opinion of Dan. I don't know what y'all's opinions are. That's a fucking piece of shit in my book.
Well, and just by law, he's legitimately just a pedophile, just by law.
But no, to me, and now I'm going to look at it like this.
Consent. No, he didn't break the law.
He took advantage of an intoxicated girl.
There you go. But
he
still,
he took advantage of an intoxicated fan.
Girl. She's 16 years old. He took advantage of an intoxicated girl.
Yes.
That's it.
All of you Marks have been listening to the Marks Podcast on YouTube.